I've learned to, in a sense, command a presence, when I'm in a room, especially when I'm in networking events where I am the minority and I'm the only little thing that sticks out in there. I try to make sure that I'm seen on an equal level, but I think that it had to be something that was done intentionally a lot of times and in a lot of spaces.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.
So, challenges that you faced.
Challenges is always is a daily challenge. So,
But as a minority businessman.
as a minority business, so firstly, going into the mall was one of the biggest challenges. Like to know that it had never been done, how people were going to accept us out there, and it definitely was a challenge watching people walk past daily. Like you could hear the talk of, oh, wow, that's a black business, a black barbershop inside of the mall. Like never seen it, but overcoming that is was one of the things that we wanted to do, because the purpose was to bring diversity to what the mall was already. We were a group of barbers, young, very zealous barbers, very good at what we do, and we wanted to be able to challenge ourselves and go into a market that nobody expected us to be in.
So is it something that, have white people started coming to your shop, or is it still pretty segregated?
So we've always, as far as the barber group that I was with, we've always had few, a few white patrons and all that, and that was the reason why we wanted to make that challenge, to be able to go out there and prove that, this isn't just a black establishment that cuts black hair. And of course, we don't call it black hair. It's normally coarse, curly hair. Doesn't have a race or ethnicity. So we wanted to prove that we can cut anything that sits in our chair, and people could be comfortable coming to us, because that's always been the challenge. Like if you go into a black barbershop versus white barbershop, it was segregated, and we wanted to bring that. And
Have you succeeded?
100%. 100%. Now, not only from the patrons or the clients that come in, but our staff. Like we came in with white, Puerto Rican, black, female, and we wanted to prove that we can do this all together. So, and it has succeeded. So that's been a challenge, but I like taking those type of risks. So.
Did you want to speak on your challenges?
Sure. I believe that in my course as an entrepreneur, and maybe even a little bit when I was in corporate America, I feel like as a minority business owner, and just as in a minority period, I'm young, I'm black, and I'm a woman. So there's always been an aspect of stand up taller, speak up louder, which is i.e. why I'm always somewhere flamboyant and some pink and purple and something else, because I've learned to, in a sense, command a presence, when I'm in a room, especially when I'm in networking events where I am the minority and I'm the only little thing that sticks out in there. I try to make sure that I'm seen on an equal level, but I think that it had to be something that was done intentionally a lot of times and in a lot of spaces. So when it comes to when I operate in business, not only am I a minority as a business owner, but I'm a minority in my industry. I'm in print, and women are not the dominant in print. And then at the same time, too, I'm not on the level of where when I began, I was more of a crafter and I was just making t-shirts for birthday parties and all that stuff too. But now we've obtained so many more larger contracts to where I'm in an industry where my competitors are the big guys. I'm in competition with FedEx, Office Max, Staples, anywhere you can go get prints and copies, anywhere that you can, design and go and get those things manufactured. Those are who I'm up against now. So there's always had to be a level of confidence, which I think that and maybe it's just one of those things that I was born with, because I've always been a loudmouth. I've always been stand-up tall. I've always been that person. I've always been a leader. I've always been class clown. I've always been that person. But if it's something that it wasn't innate in me, I don't know how much how confident I would have been stepping into this sector of business on my own. So that's just one thing that I also encourage when I do mentorship with young girls. Make yourself known, have a nice firm handshake, know what you're saying when you speak. Even if you don't know, it's okay to admit, you're wrong to stuff sometimes. So that's really something that I had to learn as I grew in my career at all period, but also as an entrepreneur. So I just had to make sure that I'm very intentional in a lot of the things that I do, because a lot of times it's kind of like eyes are on you to see what are you going to do. Are you going to sink or swim?
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.